There really is quite a difference between Tantra Yoga and Tantra. A Tantric does not need to be a yogi. A Tantric can be very selfish, just using this same knowledge to fulfill his desires. Or he can use this knowledge for yoga, and then it becomes Tantra Yoga. So this is also an important distinction between Tantra Yoga and just simple Tantra. Now there also one important issue. All these subconscious impressions create desire. And the way in Tantra Yoga to look at desire is like this. If a desire comes, drop it. It may just be a little fantasy of your mind, so why go into it? If it comes again, oh okay, drop it. Mind is quite persistent. But if then it comes again, and again, then do it. Go for it. Fulfill the desire and get rid of it this way. So this is another way to work with that which is in your subconscious, to fulfill the desires. If you can renounce from it, if you can keep away from it, then okay, very good. Why get into trouble? We all know fulfilling desires is not very satisfying. Being without desire is a lot more satisfying. But some desires are really so essential. For some of these desires you have been born. So if you have been born for chocolate ice cream, if that was, like the central idea in your mind when you were again taking birth here, then please have chocolate ice cream. Don't stay away from it, or you'll take birth again for chocolate ice cream. So a little different way to look at it in Tantra Yoga, which also again can be best understood by understanding the desires of the 7 chakras. Most people, once they are adults, have the desires of the first 3 chakras. They desire security, they desire sensory enjoyment, and they desire to be somebody more or less important. To have some, reason for being. And then some people go beyond that. After having done this for a while, they become dissatisfied. It is no longer satisfying. And they go for something else. And then they discover the 4th chakra, the heart chakra, the love. The love which is not selfish, but the love which is just pure love. And in which the giving of something becomes more enjoyable than the getting of something. That is 4th chakra. So then they do this for a while. They are compassionate. They are maybe working for the environment or for poor people, or just in their family, just being nice, enjoying this togetherness. But this is not always easy. So then they start wondering, why does it have to be so difficult? I want to understand. So then the desire comes to understand 5th chakra. So then the energy moves more up there, and they want to learn. And they start learning about what we are talking. And when they looked at all this, they see, well, it's not really any particular solution to be found in understanding. It's not about understanding. The understanding is relatively easy. It's living in this understanding that is difficult. It's being this that is difficult. So then they want to go beyond. And then automatically the desire for meditation and yoga and all that comes. And 6th chakra desire comes. So this is a natural process. Nobody can escape it. Nobody can escape yoga. But it's also no use to force yourself out of some moral feeling up, no? Somewhere in between 6th and 7th chakra, if you still have some really strong desires in your lower chakras. You cannot just meditate everything away. The people who can meditate everything away have already fulfilled these desires in former lives. That is, or in this life, that is what is said about it. And then you can see somebody who has been living a life of renouncement suddenly discovering, oh, I really still have this desire. Maybe the desire for children, the desire for a loving relationship, a family, and then have to accept, okay, let's just do that because I just can't get rid of this desire, and then do it. Nothing wrong. This whole world is nothing wrong. Chocolate ice cream, nothing wrong. It's all divine. To get attached to it, that's a different thing. So, this is then a different view which you find, and which also leads to two big paths in yoga, which is the path of the sadhu and the path of the householder. And truly, this is a personal choice. If you really feel disinterested in the worldly life, then the path of the sadhu is the logical path. Then really you drop all these things. You give all your money away. Live by the grace of God. Whatever sensory input is there is ignored. You still have to eat something, but you don't have to taste it. Whatever public image you're getting, you're trying not to notice. Being humble about it. Third chakra. And so on. That is the path of the sadhu. The path of the householder in this way is a little bit more tantric, saying, well, okay, I am enlightened, I am a spiritual person, I really am, I really want to move forward, but I still feel that I want to fulfill certain desires. I want to have a family, I want to have children. I want to maybe, mean something in this life, however illusionary that may be, but I still have this desire, so I want to do it. This is the householder path. And actually in India this path is also very important. These are the 4 stages of life described in Vedic philosophy. First, brahmacharya, you are learning and trying to stay pure, because then the learning really can happen. First 20-25 years of the life. Then you become a householder. You marry, you have children, you have a job. There you apply what you have learned as a student. Then comes the next stage, in which you are already withdrawing, but still a little bit, keeping everything under control, meaning your children are grown up and they're starting to take over your business, but you are still behind. And then the last stage is sannyas, where you really have done all that, fulfilled every desire you could think of, and really now are ready to go and renounce and become a sadhu. And many of the sadhus that you see walking in the streets here are like that. They became a sadhu at a more elder age. And every year, thousands of people do that here. And then some other people, already from a young age, starting I think maybe around 15 or something, but mostly 20, 25, 30 maybe, already feel, oh, I've had enough. All I want is bliss, nothing else, and they become a sadhu at a very young age. So both paths are there. Nothing wrong or about any of them. Just a choice you have to make. My teacher used to say, it's no use to go and sit in a cave if you take the whole world with you. Then you're just watching TV in your cave. And it's also no use staying in the world if all you dream of is the cave. So it all depends on you. As I said, it is your yoga, it is your choice.